We construct multiples by dividing the enterprise value by some income measure, such as sales or EBIT. We always measure enterprise value as of the date we construct the multiple, or as close as possible to the date in which we construct the multiple. The income part of the multiple is typically measured over a 12-month period. There are two options for this. You can use the last 12 months prior to the date you construct the multiple. In this case, the multiple is called a trailing multiple. Alternatively, you can use an estimate of the income measure for the next 12 months. In this case, you will have what is called a forward multiple. The only rule to remember here is that you have to be consistent in the way you construct and apply the multiple. If, for example, you construct an enterprise value to EBIT multiple using EBIT in the last 12 months, when applying the multiple to a firm, you also need to use this firm's EBIT for the last 12 months. Let's go back to the Home Depot and Lowe's example. We solved that example using trailing multiples. Recall that the enterprise value for the Home Depot was $183.7 billion, and its EBIT the last 12 months prior to the construction of the multiple was $12.7 billion. The multiple enterprise value to EBIT we constructed was 14.5, which is 183.7 divided by 12.7. Since this is a trailing multiple, we apply it to Lowell's EBIT from the last 12 months, or 5.4 billion, to obtain an estimate of Lowell's enterprise value. Specifically, we got 78.3. We can obtain a different estimate for Lowell's enterprise value using forward multiples instead. At the time I downloaded this information from Yahoo Finance, analysts were expecting an EBIT of 14.6 billion for the Home Depot in the following 12 months and of 6.5 billion for Lowell's also in the following 12 months. We can now construct the forward enterprise value to EBIT multiple from the information we have for the Home Depot. The enterprise value is the same, 183.7 billion, but now we divide by the expected EBIT in the next 12 months, or 14.6 billion. The forward multiple is therefore 12.6. Now we can apply this multiple to get Lowell's enterprise value. To be consistent with the way we constructed the multiple, we need to multiply this 12.6 by the expected EBIT of Lowell's in the next 12 months, or 6.5 billion. Doing this leads to 81.9 billion. As you can see, the answers using the two versions of the multiple are close, but they are not identical. If forced to choose between the two, I would pick the estimate that uses the forward multiple, since the forward measures of income incorporate news about the firm that might not be reflected in the historical income measures.